Well, politicians may not be sitting in the Saskatchewan legislature right now, but it has been another busy week in politics. And for more on this, we're joined by CBC Saskatchewan's political reporter, Adam Hunter. How's it going?
Hi, Sam. Yeah, it's not quite short wardrobe yet for me. We have to keep working, even though the politicians have broken for the summer.
Well, and our premier is down in the States right now.
Yeah, he was down all week, visiting in Washington, D.C., visiting some politicians down there. Of course, it's a pre-planned trip, and you have to wonder if he thought steel tariffs would be a main topic of conversation. Of course, those were lifted last week on Friday as the federal government came to a deal with the U.S. government. But Premier Mo's trip went ahead, of course. He met with senators, leaders from border states, Montana namely, and one major Trump administration official, the head of the EPA. So interesting to see when Scott Moe goes to Washington. We have federal government leaders coming here as Chrystia Freeland and Ralph Goodale back at Evraz a few days after Ralph Goodale was there to talk about the tariffs. They were there to thank the steel workers. Evraz head Conrad Winkler was there to thank Chrystia Freeland for her work. And now Scott Moe has gotten a little bit of criticism for not publicly thanking the federal government for their work on the steel tariffs, saying he's spreading his thanks to the U.S. government.
Speaking of federal politics, we know now in Regina Leuven that Aaron Weir is not running. What does that mean for the riding?
Well, it's going to be a big question mark. I know you had Eric Grenier on, our poll analyst, who said that the Conservatives look to be in good position now, regardless of whether Aaron Weir is going to run or not. Obviously, Aaron Weir running as an independent, and he acknowledged this was going to split a vote between the NDP and him as an independent and allow the Conservatives likely to win. That's, of course, Warren Steinle, who's the Wallshakers MLA, who's won the nomination for the Conservatives. He's still, I think, favored to win that at this point. But yesterday, Jagmeet Singh was in Saskatoon, and he named Sherry Benson as the deputy leader. And he says that we have a good chance of winning all 3 seats back. So keep in mind, for people out there, the NDP still has to now nominate someone to run against Warren Steinle and the other candidates from the Greens and the Liberal Party to run in that Regina Leuven riding. It's always been a really hotly contested riding, as you know. Just over 100 votes Aaron Weir won last time. So up in the air at this point, but it's going to be interesting to see who the NDP does decide to nominate in that point, and whether that's going to be someone who's a big name to try and retain that seat, or if they get much interest, because at this point it may be too little too late.
And quickly before we wrap up here, Jagmeet Singh was in Saskatoon, but didn't announce anyone like that for that riding.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be up to the riding association to nominate somebody, and of course Jagmeet Singh is the reason, along with Aaron Weir, why the NDP's in that situation, is they had a well-publicized disagreement on Aaron Weir's behavior and some of his allegations against him over the last 2 years or so.
It's going to be an interesting summer as we get closer to that election.
Yeah, no time off for us.
Thanks, Adam.
You're welcome.